Liam pressed his face to the cold door, hoping against hope that someone would open it. The wind bit at his bare feet, his fingers stiff from the cold, and his tiny body shivered uncontrollably. Tears slid down his cheeks, leaving damp trails across his favorite blanket. Beside him, the old woman stood quietly, her eyes filled with concern. Her shawl wrapped tightly around her shoulders, but her heart was focused entirely on the small child abandoned to the night. She reached out a gentle hand, letting him feel the warmth of human touch. "My child, how long have you been out here?" she asked softly, her voice trembling not from fear, but from the sadness of seeing such a young life left alone in the cold. Liam swallowed hard. His lips quivered. He didn't answer. Words felt heavy, meaningless compared to the ache in his chest. Finally, he whispered, almost inaudible, I didn't do anything wrong." The words trembled like a fragile candle in the wind. I only asked about my real dad." The old woman's eyes widened slightly, and she instinctively stepped closer. Her hands trembled, gripping her shawl as though steadying herself against a sudden storm. "Your real father," she repeated, her voice low, wary, almost like a memory had reached out from long ago to touch her. Liam looked up at her, his blue eyes wide and fearful. "Yes, my mom. She doesn't talk about him. And my stepfather. He gets so angry. He told me I shouldn't ask." For a moment, silence fell between them, heavier than the cold night air. The woman studied him closely, her eyes scanning every detail of his small face. His features, the shape of his eyes, the curve of his mouth. Something stirred deep within her. You look like someone I knew," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper, filled with pain and fear. Liam tilted his head, confused. "Who?" Her hands fell to her sides. She closed her eyes briefly, as if holding back memories she hadn't dared touch in years. "Your mother," she said slowly. "She never told you about your father or about the things that happened." Liam shivered, the weight of her words pressing against his chest. His little fists clenched the blanket tightly. "What things?" he asked in a shaky voice. The woman opened her eyes, glimmering with both sorrow and warning. "Not here, not where anyone can hear. Some secrets are dangerous, even if they are buried for years."
She took a slow breath, her gaze softening but still heavy with fear. "Liam, you can't stay out here. It's too cold, and the night carries more than just wind. There are truths, things your family has hidden from you, and it's time you learn them, safely." Her hand extended toward him, trembling ever so slightly. Liam hesitated. The dark windows of his house loomed behind him, empty and uncaring. No one inside even seemed to notice his suffering. Then he looked into the old woman's eyes, and something in her presence, a mixture of warmth, safety, and unspoken knowledge pulled him forward. Slowly, he placed his tiny hand into hers. The moment his hand met hers, a shiver ran through Liam, not from the cold, but from the weight of what was about to be revealed. The woman whispered softly, almost to herself, "There is a secret in your family, a dark secret, something you were never meant to know so soon." Liam's eyes widened. He didn't move. His heart pounded violently, the cold air mixing with the fear of what lay ahead. She led him toward her small house, each step deliberate, slow, and filled with tension. The shadows of the night seemed to press closer around them, as though the world itself was holding its breath. Every step toward the house was another step closer to a truth that would shake Liam's life to its very core. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel to properly follow up Liam's story in the next episode. I bet you wouldn't believe what his family has been hiding from him.